Ladies and gentlemen, if you will please turn your attention to the monitors. We have a lot of ground to cover tonight, so here are the few simple rules we ask you to follow. If the actual Emmy recipient is not here, please we ask that no one accept on their behalf. We'll be sure they get their statuette. The lone exception will be the newscast categories. If the news director is not here, please choose someone from your station to accept. When accepting, please keep your comments to 30 seconds or less. If you hear music, your time's up. If your nominated project, with 3 or more nominees, earns the Emmy, you may all come up to the stage, of course, but we ask that only 2 recipients speak on behalf of the group. And we ask our very talented multiple Emmy recipients to keep it brief, the second or third trip to the podium tonight. When accepting, please enter stage left and exit stage right for your photos. Now, on with the show.
The Pacific Southwest chapter of the National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences presents the 40th Annual Emmy Awards, celebrating excellence in television from Bakersfield, Las Vegas, Palm Springs, San Diego, San Luis Obispo, Santa Barbara, and Santa Maria. Award-winning Harold Green covered the news in Southern California for over 40 years. Harold did just about every job in the television news business very successfully, helping his stations attain high ratings. He went from cameraman street reporter to news writer, newscast producer, managing editor, station news director, and then co-anchored top-rated newscasts in San Diego, San Francisco, and Los Angeles. Among Harold's honors are 7 local Emmy Awards and 15 nominations. In 1999, Harold was actually part of a story. He was awarded his own star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Hi, I'm Harold Green. If you're not doing anything at 11, tune in the news. What the hell, hey?
Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Harold Green.
Hello, everybody. I want to clear up this thing about Ron Burgundy and Harold Green. This has kind of gotten a life of its own, hasn't it? I mean, do I look at all like Ron Burgundy? Of course not. I'm 50 years older and I've lost most of my hair. But my wife and I ran into Will Ferrell in Beverly Hills, and my wife said, "Boy, you really nailed Harold's look when he did the news at Channel 10 in San Diego." And he said, "Oh no, that's a compilation of anchors across America." Really, Will? Hey, I'm really happy to be here, guys. As Ron Burgundy would say, San Diego, you remain very classy. But one of the things that's really special to me is this is the 40th anniversary of the Emmy Awards. And I was at the first in the San Diego Emmys. And it was a night that many people, Jonathan Dunrank and others, were there. And we kind of stumbled out of the blocks. The show didn't get a very good review in the local newspaper. In fact, it was pretty brutal that the show went on too long and people talked too much, hint, hint. And I thought to myself, well, I'm feeling pretty good, just like you guys are right now. A little nervous, kind of confident too, you know, I'm nominated, that's how I felt. And I had a show called the Herald Express. It was a half-hour, once-a-month news magazine show. And I covered a lot of stuff, and it had incredible production value. And it was just something that I was quite confident I was going to win. So confident that when they were going to announce the winner of my category, I actually pushed my chair back just a little bit so that when I stood up, you know, I could survey the unwashed masses as I came up to the stage. And then the announcer said, "And the winner is KFMB, How to Carve a Turkey." I said, what am I doing in an animal category? I'm a news guy. So a friend of ours sitting here who will be up here later stood up and watched his video, which was a turkey on a platter being carved without a single production cut. And I'm saying to myself, Well, at least it's not how to stuff your turkey. I mean, that could have been X-rated at those days, So I didn't win, and I thought I was going to, and I fretted about it until I finally got around to winning one. But I want to tell you something. I feel that this night, and all the nights I've been to the Emmys, is one of the most special times we share as broadcasters in our business, and I want everybody to give each other a big round of applause. We also, I have to invoke the no tripping law. If you don't win, keep your feet under the table. We want to remain gracious. We don't want people coming up here with rug burns on their knees and their hands just because somebody was unhappy. And that old chestnut, I had better stuff in the editing bay than got on the air for that person. It can get vicious around here, let's face it. But we're going to have a good time tonight. And I want you to understand one thing. We're all in this together, and I want this show not to be the Jerry Lewis telethon, okay? We want to get out of here at an hour that we're all happy with. And then the bar will still be open. That's what makes me happy. So keep it in mind when you come up. Please, when the music starts, please wrap it up, and we'll get through the night. We'll have a good time. Now, I would like very much to introduce two people who are very important to this chapter, and they are going to tell us a whole lot about what's in store, how people are nominated, how the awards are chosen. So please, let's welcome Amy Bossler, Executive Director of the Pacific Southwest Chapter, and Brian Burke, Chapter President.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming out. How do you like the stage? First of all, I'd like to welcome Mr. Harold Green for being our MC tonight. It's a tremendous honor to have him with us. And before we start handing out our awards, I need to acknowledge some of the many people who made tonight possible. So we'd like to thank all the members of our Emmy Award Committee. So many of them. There's more every year. And also our Board of Governors. They should be recognized for all the hard work and all the many hours they put into making tonight possible. So thank you to them.
We would also like to thank our awards chair, Mary Ellen Eggleston, the producers of tonight's show, Mike Kurtz and Reagan Matthews, all of the technical and production crew behind the scenes, in addition to our wonderful volunteers, there are many generous partners supporting tonight's show. Fox Sports San Diego, KSNV, Sequan, NBC 7 San Diego, UTTV, MJE Marketing, Digital Outpost, Don Benke, SDTV, Mission Sandals, KPBS, AMB Publicity, Tim Austin CPA, Lefty's Pizza, and last but not least, Cox Communications, who will be airing this event soon in Las Vegas, San Diego, and Santa Barbara.
Thank you, everyone. We also need to thank everyone who donated goods and services for our gift bags tonight and our silent auction. All the silent auction proceeds go to our scholarship fund, so thank you for participating. And we thank them for their support, and you should too. They're all listed in your program.
Lastly, we'd like to thank our past presidents who are here tonight. It's through your leadership that the chapter is celebrating its 40th anniversary. Could we please have all the past presidents stand?
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for coming, and now here's Harold.
All right. We've got housekeeping out of the way early for you. And from now on, the show is just going to take off. Okay, maybe not this fast, all right? I was privileged to work with some of the best people in this business in San Diego. I was the news director at Channel 39. I actually founded, it was an ABC affiliate, and I was allowed to build it from the ground up. And then I went to Channel 10, and Ron Myers was our news director. And quite frankly, we became a juggernaut. Jack White, Captain Mike Ambrose, and Hal Clement, and a reporting staff that was second to none. In fact, we absolutely dominated the market my last year and a half before I went up to San Francisco. On the early news, we had a 43 share, and we had a 50 share at 11. Now that's impressive, but we didn't have the competition you folks face today. It's a whole different ballgame with cable and all of the other satellite programming, what have you. But we kind of were part of what was called happy news at that time. And while we were very serious about journalism, we got loose while introducing sports and weather. For example, our weather guy, Captain Mike, had gone to Hawaii on vacation. And when he returned on that Monday, when it was time to introduce Mike, I said, "Hey, how was your vacation?" He said, "Yeah, it was good." I said, "Well, did you get laid while you were in Hawaii?" You know, they put that floral thing around your neck. He never recovered, stumbled, stuttered for a minute and a half, and finally just gave up. But that's kind of what we did, and we enjoyed having fun. We enjoyed making people laugh, because my motto has always been, it's not all death and destruction that we deal with in the news business. There's a whole lot of thoughtful things we can handle, but we can laugh at each other in a respectful way. So talking about comedy, what a segue. Rusty Nails has been making people laugh since 1857. Oh, 1957. He's received 6 Emmy Awards, and he's a veteran Las Vegas stand-up comedian. He has no tattoos, no piercings, has never been nipped or tucked. Russ is currently writing a book on stress. Chapter 1 is titled, Get Married and Have Kids. Please welcome Rusty Nails.
You know, I don't often host award shows, but when I do, I prefer the regional Emmys held in San Diego, because I have too many speeding tickets driving over to Vegas. I love Las Vegas. One time I was there and it snowed, and people lay down on the strip and started making the snow thing. What are they called? No, angels. It's Vegas. There's no angels there. Snow hookers, I think is what they're called. Yeah. You only do the arms. Anyway, you kidding? I had to put up with fair traffic for this shit? Listen, I want you to remind you, if you do win a trophy tonight, hold on to it. There are reporters here from Los Angeles. I know there are people here who are hard of hearing. I said, I know there are people here who are hard of hearing. So I'd just like to help you out tonight by talking louder. There are people here tonight who were, man, we go 70s, 80s, 90s, and the uh-ohs, whatever they're called. People are here who were really big in the 70s, and tonight, well, they're just real big and they're 70. And we're happy to have them here. Wow, what a great crowd. Hope we get, I'm going to use this shit on my video resume, I'm telling you. Is Sam the cussing guy here? Because we're going to drop the F-bomb in 20 minutes if he is, I'm sure of that. That's it. All right, what are we doing here? Oh, it's the 80s, I need the other one. We're going to do the 70s first. We're going to take a look at each decade. They gave me a minute and a half to do jokes. Well, God damn it, I can't do jokes in a minute and a half over video. So what I'm going to do is tell you the jokes first. I'll give you the time codes, and when you see that time come up, insert the joke there, all right? I got things to do. 70s, remember what happened in the 70s? The Beatles split up. Elvis died. It was a shitty year for music. Bad decade. What else happened? That's it. That's all the scribbling I can read here. We have the first test tube baby was born in the 70s and is actually here tonight in that phone booth over there in the corner. Feeling right at home? Thank you. Okay, that's really all you deserve. Okay, we'll get on with the time. At 4 seconds, 19 frames in, you're going to see what actually happened. Before Anthony Weiner, there was another dick on TV. And you're going to see that. At 9:25, for all of you kids who have worn a helmet the entire time you've been on a bicycle, you know who you are. I love you kids. Texting and playing video games. You're tough. If we ever thumb wrestle a country, you're kicking their ass. I know it. You're strong. Get in your car seat. Stop it. I remember as a kid, I didn't have a car seat. I didn't have a seat belt the first decade. Swear to God, I could stand in the front seat and my mom's arm could hold me back. Where are these women today? My mom hit the brakes, boom, held a 5-year-old kid from hitting a dashboard. Metal, no pillows coming out. Metal, knobs on the radio that could put an eye out. You had a new nickname. Here's my son, Sammy Davis. At the 12, don't worry, I'll get you your race, creed, color, religion, or dance partner choices sometime during the program, so don't feel like you haven't been insulted yet. Oh, got to keep the microphone up here. At 12:12, Mel Knepp flashes his Timex self-winder. I almost broke one in junior high. At 16:03, Ray Wilson steals that Timex. You'll see it. We caught it on a hidden camera. At about the 17 mark, the inspiration for many an anchorman appears and looks good. At about the 28 mark, we've got footage of a San Diego tragedy. And speaking of the other tragedy, the Padres will appear also from the 70s. Whew. And you'll see some sideburns like you'll never see again. At 49:06, Ken Kramer hides behind a 1,300-pound camera right before the drive-by, which missed him, thank God. We love Ken Kramer, and that's all I know about San Diego. At 52, the Head & Shoulders auditions for the entire anchor team. At the 1:12 mark, should I stay or should I go with a bow tie? Bob Dale asks everyone in the newsroom. At the 1:22 mark, I believe it is one of the anchors has the perfect haircut that conceals Bose headphones. That's how they wore it back then. Well, so far I am killing. Let's roll the video and insert those videos at those time codes. Are you ready? Here we go. There's the big show. Howdy. That's a typewriter, kids. Look at that watch. Huh? That was 16. There's Ray Wilson ripping someone off. There he is, the anchorman inspiration with the real mustache. Marty Levine had a barbecue that night and things went terribly wrong. Look at the way he snapped his head up. Thanks, Jack. There's one of the tragedies in San Diego that there are no jokes for, unfortunately. But here we go. Here's the big joke. We had the All-Star game here in San Diego, which wasn't bad. And there he is. What's his name? Wiggins. And this was the flyby, but this is the bad editing. That didn't happen at the Padre flyby at all. As we see here, the balloting at 76. There's Ken hiding behind the camera, protecting himself, and there's the drive-by camera. Head & Shoulders Shampoo was looking for auditions, and everybody on the staff, including Whitney Southwick. And watch, here we go. Nice spin, buddy. Wow, look at that. There it is. There's our Perel girl, and there's the other one. There's Banachek, also known as Paul Bloom. Thanks for getting that. That's really important. Bow tie or no bow tie, he's saying. So here's the medley. We're going back to it. This is the 70s, everybody. This is when people used typewriters and there it is, hiding the headphones. I'll be right back after I consult. We spend most of our money, as you can see, on graphics. Boy, please, no. Save it for the end, because we're going to ramp up, as you know. You don't start with your golden stuff. But boy, by the time we get to the 90s, I'm going to knock your thing in the dirt. Here we go. Let's get back to Harold Green. Harold, do you want to come out here for a moment and let us know who our next category of presenters will be? Thank you all very much for being so attentive. Good time to eat your meal.